Flights are starting to land at London's Heathrow Airport after a large fire at an electrical substation knocked out power and disrupted global travel.
Some passengers flying from Newark and JFK were actually turned around halfway into their flight. According to Flight Radar 24, at least 1,300 flights were affected.
Devlin is live in Newark with the latest. Alan.
Yeah, Dick and Jess, things are slowly returning to normal here, a welcome sight for so many travelers around the world. I've been in the airport since this morning. I want to show you the British Airways counters right now. They are manned. They have been assisting passengers here for the last hour or so. I actually had one passenger come up to me crying, tears of joy, because he got a flight into London for this night coming out of Newark. And if you think those tears aren't warranted, take a look at some of the stuff these passengers have been dealing with here today.
It's about halfway there, and the flight just is full 180 back to JFK.
It was a long night for James Crothers. His direct flight to London diverted in mid-air after a fire at Heathrow Airport caused a power outage, putting the London airport and James's chances of getting home in the dark.
We were told maybe there'll be flights again later, maybe not.
James was on board a British Airways flight, one of the airlines with direct flights to London out of Newark, but now he and the other passengers sitting in the terminal waiting with little guidance on what comes next. 200,000 potentially impacted globally.
And that was how we found ourselves back in New York.
Over at JFK, more of the same. A long list of cancellations and long lines of passengers looking for a way into London.
The pilot announced that the flight is going to turn back because planes are not landing at Heathrow Airport. And that was how we found ourselves back in New York.
And back at Newark.
Nobody can reach British Airways.
There's nothing you can do about that?
No. Everybody's calling them.
Due to a power outage in the London Heathrow area, London Heathrow Airport is currently closed.
We tried getting someone on the phone with no luck. The AI answering service pushed us to the British Airways website, which provided an option for a refund or rebooking.
And here at the British Airways check-in counter, the only check-in counter in the airport for British Airways, nobody's here. It's empty. Empty. Every single counter is empty. Nobody here, nobody to help.
Nothing. There's nobody to talk to. Nobody from British Airways. Where are they?
At 89, Annette Lawson was on the runway on her flight to London out of Newark last night, until she wasn't. Deplaned before takeoff after a message from the pilot.
He was busy saying, well, we should be leaving in 3 minutes, and it looks fine, and blah, 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 blah. And then he said,
So it, again, has been a very slow process. Not everybody has a flight into London just yet, but they are working slowly. Again, the counter is now manned here for about the last hour, so hopefully everyone who's stuck here at Newark will begin to find their flights real soon. Right now, we're live at Newark International Airport. Devlin, CBS News, New York.
I think I would have cried tears of joy, too. Alan,
Yes.
Thank you. Slowly but surely, flights are beginning to get back on track after a massive fire at Heathrow Airport caused delays at our area airports. A fire at an electrical substation about 2 miles from the airport is to blame. Jennifer Bisram is at Kennedy Airport, where all many travelers could do was wait.
We are at JFK Airport inside of a Terminal 8, and take a look at all the people here. They have been stranded all day long, and they say they have no idea when they'll be able to get another flight back to Heathrow Airport in London. Families stranded.
We've got things to get home for. So yeah, it was a disappointing end to a good few days.
Grounded inside of JFK Airport in Queens, New York.
We've got events planned tomorrow that I need to take my daughter, but now she has to find an alternative.
And Newark Airport in New Jersey.
nothing. There's nobody to talk to. Nobody from British Airways. Where are they?
We were told maybe there'll be flights again later, maybe not.
Right now, I'm saying to myself, you know, whatever happens, happens for a reason.
Their destination, eventually Heathrow Airport in London.
Trip is paid for. We have like tickets to things, reservations booked, Airbnb's paid for. So we're kind of at the point where like, we'll do anything to get there. Take us wherever you can.
The delays, cancellations, and mounted frustration come after a fire at an electrical substation shuttered Europe's busiest air travel hub, bringing hundreds of international flights to a halt Friday.
It's frustrating that there isn't protocols in place or any sort of some backups or anything like that. That something as simple as a substation fire can take out an international airport.
British Airways, which has its headquarters at Heathrow, accounted for most of the impacted flights.
We had a flight last night. It went out, had to circle for about 3 hours, and then got diverted back here.
Officials say JFK is one of the most affected airports.
When is your next flight to leave?
We don't know. So we've come here looking for answers.
I know it's out of their control, but it's not our fault neither.
And passengers say they were given a free hotel room last night, but that is it, and it could take days before they're able to take off again. At JFK Airport, Jennifer Bisram, CBS News, New York.